So, back for another episode of Believe in Boyt with this Feraligatr team. I do want to end up bringing the Steelix at some point, but this is probably not the match for it. So, I went into this match already, and I ended up doing this. Like this, and then Feraligatr, and then didn't press up one more time to get to my tank growth. So, hopefully we're going to gentleman's back into the same lead, but this person did actually end up saying they wanted to battle again, so that's fine. We'll see if they change up their lead. I didn't change up mine. Yeah, Diversion Victory Bow. Okay, so now I actually have 4 Pokemon rather than 3, so good. But this lead is pretty reasonable. I'm hoping it's not a sash on the Victory Bell. If it is, I have to contend with Sleep Powder is Scarf, Typhlosion with Extra Sensory. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. I was anticipating potentially Scarf, but Extra Sensory was not a move that was on my radar. At least there's no Focus Sash on the Victory Bell. I will need to protect my Blaziken to be faster than the Scarf Typhlosion though. But they're locked into Extra Sensory, which means they can't touch the Latias, so. This is a very straightforward, just protect and attack the thing next to the Typhlosion. Yeah, very, very straightforward. It's nice in these non-Dynamax formats like this, the Typhlosion can't Scarf out of the Psychic move to hit me with a different one, so I will just Psychic the Torkoal and I will protect the Blaziken, and then next turn I will Close Combat and Psychic and get double KO. Assuming I outspeed a +1 Typhlosion. I'm not actually sure if I do. Depends if they're jolly or not. I reckon if they're jolly, they still outspeed me. Timid, that is, not jolly. Of course they're not jolly. But I will have to Draco next turn, it seems, just to get that KO on the Torkoal. But that's okay. Instead, I will Calm Mind. Even though they've just shown Clear Smog. That's fine. Because theoretically, I'm going to outspeed this Typhlosion and Close Combat it first, or Close Combat whatever comes in, that's fine. Okay, I will take a Close Combat on the Gastrodon, that's absolutely fine. It did KO, it doesn't normally KO, so. This is looking like a pretty clean sweep at this point. Doesn't matter which one they Clear Smog, the other one still has a boost. And Clear Smog won't even KO the Blaziken, so I'll be able to keep it, so. Even with a crit. And I still get a speed boost after. So now I can just go for very straightforward Psychic into the Torkoal. It will now KO. And protect the Blaziken to put myself potentially faster than the Typhlosion. I'm doing this just so I can potentially find out if I'm faster than the Typhlosion. So I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that Timid's Scarf can still outspeed me. They're going for the Eruption crit in the sun, which is respectable, but that damage that without the crit it did is not respectable. So this was pretty straightforward. It turns out I didn't even need to go back and get 4 Pokemon rather than 3, because I did just sweep through with 2. Oh, I don't want to protect again. I want to find out. Let me find out. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, that was pretty smooth. Okay, so Hariyama and Hitmontop together seems a bit over the top, but this could be a match for Steelix if I can just avoid the Hariyama. I don't even care about the Hitmontop, it's just the Hariyama, I guess. And Mamoswine and Garchomp. Hitmontop and Hariyama, and Mamoswine and Garchomp is an interesting choice. Right. We'll lead with Tangrowth, because then they're forced to fake out the Tangrowth. And then that will allow what to do what. I think it'll be Latias here, because I can threaten the Hitmontop, I can get my Steelix going, and then I'll bring Feraligatr in the back. I'm hoping Steelix can actually do something. And not just here for show. But Mammothswine, Garchomp, won't care about them if I just get up one curse. Hariyama I still will, because it's pretty strong. This lead is absolutely fine. So it's just whether I go for a Sleep Powder into the Hariyama to try and hit it before the Flame Orb, or stop Trick Room. Because if I stop Trick Room, it doesn't matter that its Flame Orb gets activated, I will just Psychic Q next turn. So I'm going to go for Sleep Powder into the Cresselia. But it could be Lumberry. It's almost never Lumberry. It was at the start when Breloom was much more of a thing, but it's not particularly at the moment. I'm not going to Calm Mind, I'm just going to try and Psychic the Hariyama, because if they try and stop the Sleep Powder, then I will take care of the biggest threat to the Steelix. So it's only 75% accurate at the moment, which is still fine, because it's still hit. So this is absolutely fine at the moment. Just take care of the Hariyama and Steelix can win. And then I'll actually want Trick Room to go up after that. So now I'm going to Leaf Storm, not the Cresselia. I want to do double up into this Hariyama, just in case it's bulky enough to be able to survive the combination, because it's a Latias, not a Latios. And it covers for a switch in. Okay, it doesn't really cover for that switch in, but that's okay. That was a lot of damage, that's got to be a crit, yeah. Oh, wow, that was very close. So, is it going to get out Trick Room this turn? Not quite. Okay. I'm going to Power Swap the Cresselia and just Psychic again. Probably could consider getting a Calm Mind at this point, and I probably should have done, but that's okay. Now Cresselia is pretty useless. All I need to do is get my Steelix into position now. Tangrowth should still underspeed Togekiss and be able to get the KO. And the fact that I'm underspeeding now means that Sleep Powders are less useful. But I don't want any Dazzling Gleams or anything. Tempted to Psychic the Cresselia. Like, Calm Mind would be nice, but this covers for the Hariyama switch in. Because, like, their Cresselia is pretty... Are they switching the Togekiss? I was going to say. It's going the other way around. Okay, if I'd have just attacked that one, that would have been immediately game over, but that's okay. I'm very surprised they're just leaving the... that was good damage. Leaving the Cresselia in, considering I power swapped it. Because that Ice Beam's going to do nothing. Like, that was pathetic. But that can always happen. So... just Leaf Storm again into the Hariyama, I think. It won't KO, but it will put it in range of Steelix, which is the important thing. And if they knock off the Latias, they're ignoring my Tangrowth, which is ideal. They're wasting their Trick Room turns, that's fine by me. Again, that tickled. But the burn is putting itself pretty low. How many turns? Pressed Y to see how many turns of Trick Room's left, but with Bdsp you actually have to count. I'll try and recover at this point. Because they're stalling out their own Trick Room, so that's fine. Like, I could have KO'd that Hariyama a few turns ago without the freeze, but is what it is. Not quite, but it's going to be in range of Steelix, so that's fine. I don't think I missed Trick Room ending there. I'm pretty sure there's one more turn. So I can just go for Sleep Powder into the Cresselia. Gyro Ball into the Hariyama will KO, even though we're both going to be very slow. It's low enough. And now my Steelix is so bulky that it can even take on Garchomp and all that, so... That was a 75% accurate Sleep Powder. Still managed to hit, which is good. Now my Feraligatr is looking pretty good as well. So... what's the best way of doing this one? Because I want to Curse. They could have Flamethrower on the Togekiss. Leaf Storm should still KO. It should still KO. And if they KO my Tangrowth with an Air Slash here, then Feraligatr should outspeed the Togekiss. Given that it's a Trick Room team, they shouldn't outspeed me. My logic failed me with that Nidoqueen earlier, but Feraligatr should just be able to Waterfall, and I'll be able to get a second Curse and sweep. I still don't know why they're leaving their Cresselia in. Like, it's useless. It's minus... Well, I said useless. It froze my Latias, but, you know, it's still -2. Get rid of your -2. So, Dragon Dance would be reasonable here, but I think it's more important that there's no Flamethrower going into my Steelix, so... And my logic has failed me once again. And that's a crit. But I don't flinch, so that is important. Still asleep. So I don't know what's up with these hard Trick Room... Well, not hard Trick Room teams. They're not hard Trick Room teams, but somewhat dedicated Trick Room teams with max speed Pokemon. It's Mamoswine, okay. That is perfectly okay. They're going to Earthquake, so there's no point attacking with the Feraligatr this turn. I might as well just get the Gyro Ball into the Mamoswine. And this should not do too much damage to Steelix, because it is incredibly bulky. Like so. And because they are not Focus Sash, then this is going to KO the Mamoswine for sure. And now I'm -2 on the -2 speed on the Steelix. This is going to absolutely chunk the Cresselia because I'll be 150 base power with my Gyro Ball, even if they're min speed Cresselia. So I'm going to Dragon Dance. And hopefully they're going to let me show you how strong this Gyro Ball can be. But that's not happened when I've asked for them to just show me the things, like so. But Steelix kind of did the thing there, so at least it did something throughout this week.